Other pieces of open source software I wanted to show you. First of all, we have Google Earth Pro, which is going to turn on and take quite a while, I imagine, with all this video stuff running. What else do I use? It wants me to upgrade, but I can't do that. Okay, so Google Earth is a fantastic, it's not open source, sorry, but it's a free piece of software, and you can get it off Google. You don't necessarily have to have the pro version, but it really is a fantastic thing to do with the kids, and there's so many fantastic ideas out there. I don't use it very often in my teaching, but I'm just a humble ICT teacher, but I know the geography department have a computer suite of their own and they like to use this a lot. So that's that one. What else do we use? None of these. I use Skype, obviously. It's not open source, but it is free. You can use that to communicate with other schools. I'm just going to kind of have a look at the different programs that we use now. Oh, Microsoft Windows logo. I use that in ICT teaching. That's nice and free. Let's go in accessories. That's where most of it comes. Take some time to open. Here it is. So firstly we use an audio recorder called Audacity. That's absolutely free. Photo Stories for Windows is free as well, but part of the Microsoft domain. PixResizer, a lovely image handling piece of software that's free, I think, again from Microsoft. The VLC media player. This is a lovely little media player. It's sort of basic. I'll just run it so you can see it. It's very basic, but it plays any file, so if you don't use it, I'll just show you it again in a second. Just going through here, right, and then we use GIMP 2.6. If you've not used GIMP before, it's a fantastic imaging package. I have lots of Photoshop arguments with people about GIMP. They love Photoshop, they don't love GIMP, but I'm still yet to find, there are certain things that Photoshop's a little bit better at, but I'm still yet to find anything that I can't do on GIMP that I can do on Photoshop. A couple of things like cutting out people's faces from the background, if you see what I mean. That kind of thing is a little bit more difficult in GIMP than it is in Photoshop, but other things are easier. And I only ever use GIMP for all of my work. Let me just show you now. This is the VLC media player. So we go and open a file. I don't know if I've got any videos to play. Open source software and free software quite often doesn't look quite the same as Windows software. So you can see that you have to go and find something. Now off we go, find a video. I'm sure I'll have one in here that I've downloaded recently. Or not. Oh, there we go, there was a clip. Janet clip, personalised learning plan. So we click on that, press OK, and it plays it. I never have to worry about what kind of media it's in, because it will just run and play like that. Turn that off. Okay, and we don't want that on. Turn that off, please. Okay, I'm going to leave that there so I can just pick that video up in a minute. Other things that we use are free programs. Logo is free. In ICT, I use bits of free software. Here we go. All of these are free. So Scratch, it's like a game making software. BZ-Flag is sort of programming thing. I've not really used that to teach with. FreeCiv is the same sort of thing. I've just got them there to play with really rather than do that. We have OpenOffice installed on every computer in the school, which offers an alternative that the kids can download and install at home. It's also really handy when you're trying to convert things like Microsoft Office 2007 files will convert into Writer, where they won't convert into Word 2003, so it's good to have that. Alice isn't installed on this computer because I don't teach Alice in here, but in the bigger ICT rooms, Alice is installed, and that's free from Carnegie Mellon University, and it's like a storytelling, programming, introduction, virtual world kind of software. They're good, really enjoyable. Not easy. I've got a year 9 student who's planning a unit of work to teach Alice to year 7 after Easter, so that's quite exciting, quite enjoying that. FreeMind is a free, again it's not installed in here for some reason, but it usually is. It's a free mind mapping software, it's just really good. Slow and Steady Alice is a different version of Alice, the same sort of thing. Scratch is a fabulous little game making software, or animations. People can use that. One of my students went over to America in the summer. He paid a lot of money. He's got relatives in America, and he paid a lot of money to go over there and stay in Carnegie Mellon. No, in MIT, sorry. He went to MIT in a 6-week course where they used Scratch to do that. It was quite funny. He's not one of my students. I don't actually teach him, but he came back and showed me what he'd done, and we do the same thing in Lunch Club. that he did, a 6-week project at MIT University, and so you can go and do that in your own schools, and it's really is fab. So you see there's lots of proprietary software. The logo I mentioned before, we use that to do just logo with year 7. Again, introduction to different programming. I'm just checking through. Okay, that's it. So, hey, that's enough to be getting on with, hey. If you fancy using open source, do it. Or free software, sorry. Free. Oh, the other thing we use, I haven't told you that, have I? Most importantly, the thing that we use that's for free, A is Moodle, which I'll just show you quickly, and B is Google Apps. So we install Google Apps for Education. What a fantastically powerful and wonderful piece of software this is. If you haven't had to play with Google Apps on your private email account, use your own email address, but set up a Google account and start using Google Apps and just see how powerful and incredible it is. This is my Moodle here that we use with the thing. There's a Google Calendar embedded in it. There's our student council doing all sorts of things. That's the chair of the student council, Tatiana de Berg. Here, lost memory sticks, Lawyers Weekend. I just put little notices up in here and do different kinds of things. And then there's lots of different courses and stuff that the kids do. Teachers are taking their time to use this, but I'm not going to rush them. All very good stuff for the pupils. These are my Google documents in here. You get Google Sites. I've got my year 8s at the moment building websites that are directly onto the internet, so they're already alive as they're building them. And they take the documents they make here. Look, someone's using Google Docs to send me a message. How bizarre. And so, yes, as you just embed these documents into your websites, and they're there displayed as the documents themselves. You have mail and you have calendar as well. We haven't got mail turned on at the moment because our ICT systems people don't want mail in the Google domain, basically. They don't trust the security, etc. So that's another free thing that we use. That's about it. I've gone in enough, so there you go. Thanks for listening. Trying to stop this now. There it is. Cheers.